So Christian McCaffrey and the Carolina Panthers today agreed to a 4-year, $64 million contract extension. And if you're a Vikings fan, you're probably thinking to yourself, well, shit, what does this mean? What does this do for a possible contract extension between the Vikings and Dalvin Cook? And I tell you what, folks, if I'm Rick Spielman, if I'm Rob Brzezinski, if I'm the Minnesota Vikings front office, this changes nothing for me at the negotiation table with Dalvin Cook. And let me be clear, before I get started on this, skill set wise, I believe Dalvin Cook is equally as good, if not better, than Christian McCaffrey. I think Dalvin is a better runner of the football between the tackles, while Christian McCaffrey is a slightly better receiver than Dalvin Cook. However, here are the facts between the two players. Both players just completed their third season in 2019. Christian McCaffrey out of Stanford, Dalvin Cook out of Florida State. And in those 3 years, Christian McCaffrey has over 2,900 yards rushing. You compare that to Dalvin Cook, who has just over 2,100 yards rushing. Christian McCaffrey has 303 receptions for over 2,500 yards. Dalvin Cook, 104 grabs for 914 yards. In 3 years, Christian McCaffrey has 39 total touchdowns. Dalvin Cook with 19. And here's the biggest difference of all. In 3 years, C-Mac hasn't missed a single motherfucking game. Not one. Not one. Dalvin Cook, he has missed 19. So that's over a season's worth of games that Dalvin Cook has missed due to injury. So I understand that Dalvin Cook, his agent, his camp, they're going to try to use the Christian McCaffrey deal as leverage at the negotiation table. But if I'm the Vikings front office, I would offer Dalvin Cook something similar to what Kirk Cousins got in his first deal with the Minnesota Vikings. A 2-year, fully guaranteed contract. So last week I talked about maybe something along the range of $20 to $22 million over 2 years. I may consider jumping it up to $24 or $25 million over 2 years. And that's it. And if Dalvin Cook, if he thinks he deserves that rate over 4 years, then I would play hardball. What team is going to give this dude a C-Mac deal? Everybody's already weary. Look at Todd Gurley. Look at David Johnson. Teams across the league are already weary about giving a running back a long-term lucrative deal on their second deal once the rookie contract is up, because the running back, the position, nature of the position, they're going to get beat up left and right. Well, Dalvin Cook has already proven throughout the entire course of his career that he can't stay healthy. So who's to say that he's going to remain healthy and suddenly get healthy? Not to say that he can't. But you're already scared of taking this approach with long-term lucrative deals on healthy running backs after their rookie contract is up. So I would play hardball. If you're going to take the chance, if you're Dalvin Cook and say, listen, I'm going to hold out for a better deal, then hold out. Do what the Chargers did with Melvin Gordon last year. Just play hardball and say, okay, we're going to take the reins with Alexander Mattison and Mike Boone. Now, do I think the Vikings can win the equal amount of games if Dalvin Cook were to be on the team? Absolutely not. Dalvin Cook, he's the engine to this Minnesota Vikings offense, but where do you draw the line at? What team is going to give this man a Christian McCaffrey deal? I think the Vikings have all the leverage in the world, and worst case, I want Dalvin Cook to be on this team. Let me be clear. But if he decides he's going to hold out and there's no resolution in sight, and you ultimately decide, okay, he needs to go, then he needs to go. The risk reward, there's just too much margin of error to say, okay, we're going to give you a 4 or 5 year deal. I think giving them a 2-year fully guaranteed deal in the double digits is already a high risk. To do it over 4 years, nah, man, I'm good. So this changes nothing for me. If I'm the Minnesota Vikings, the front office of the Vikings, let me know your thoughts in the comments section below. We do this at least once a week on Mondays, Mediocre at Best Sports Podcast with Realistic Randy. Check me out on Twitter at realistic_Randy, Facebook at Realistic Randy. We'll see you next time.